Hi everybody, Alex Deployer from Expert Forex, and I hope this video gives you lots of money-making Forex trading ideas. In this video, we're going to be talking about a fantastic Forex trading technique. It is a zero loss technique. There are traders that I know that have not made a single loss in the last 37 months using this technique. Let's have a look at this in a lot more detail. All right, so let's have a look at the Forex loss pyramid. And what really happens is that a lot of traders enter the pyramid at the bottom where they are unprofitable, and they make lots of losses. Then they progress to the next level in the pyramid where they become profitable and they have a more balanced trading approach and they incur fewer losses. Then they might move into the next level in the pyramid, which is the highly profitable level where losses are controlled. And then lastly, right at the top is the area where no losses are incurred at all. And that's what we're going to be looking at a little bit later. Now, before we look at the no loss technique, it's very important to understand what are the factors that influence your Forex income. And I'm going to go through them one by one. It's not complicated at all. It's basically your Forex income is determined by the number of transactions you do, the success rate that you experience, your return on risk. In other words, if you're risking $100, are you making $200 or are you making $50? And then the percentage of the account that you're risking. Those four factors make up your Forex income. So the number of transactions are really quite controllable, and the risk per trade is very controllable. You can decide whether you want to risk 1% of your account or 2%. So the real challenge is working on the success rate that you experience and the return on risk. So let's have a look at a new trader that comes into Forex trading and is unprofitable. And why is this new trader unprofitable? Firstly, the trader might experience a low success rate. Now, in this example, we're saying that the trader is experiencing a 40% success rate. Then the trader might also experience a low return on risk. So for every $100 that this trader is risking, he's only making $80 return. Now, assuming this trader risks 1% of his account, so 1% of 10,000 is $100 on every trade. If you take the success rate and the risk on return percentage and the number of transactions that are done, if you multiply them all out, you will find that your successful transactions generate $960 and your unsuccessful transactions generate $1,800. So the trader will make an $840 loss, which is about 8% of his account in the first month. And that is mainly because the success rate is low and the return on risk is low. Now, those are the areas that every trader at every level of trading, that's the only two things they need to focus on. If they can increase that and increase the success rate, all the numbers change. And we're going to have a look at that because we're going to go up the pyramid into the profitable traders now. So here are two scenarios where traders can be profitable. And the one scenario is this particular trader has still got a success rate of 40%, but the trader has managed to increase the return on risk to 200%. In other words, for every $100 he's risking, he's making $200. Now, just because of that change, suddenly he can become profitable, and when you become profitable, you can take more trades because you're not scared anymore, you're profitable, and therefore the trade numbers have gone up to 60. And if you multiply all of that out, you'll find that his successful deals generate $4,800 and his unsuccessful deals generate $3,600, which leaves a nice profit. Now, that profit is made in spite spite of the trader having a low success rate. Now, another trader might do this same thing, but work on his success rate. So here's an example of the traders being able to move their success rate from 40% to 70%. Found a trading technique that is highly profitable. But the return on risk stayed the same. Now, if you again multiply those numbers out, you will find that on the successful trades, 3,360 is made, and on the unsuccessful trades, 1,800 is made. And that gives the trader a nice profit of $1,560 on his $10,000 account. Now, that's only risking 1% of his account. Now, if he feels more aggressive, he can risk 2%, and that will double that income. But this is just showing you the variables on how you can go from being unprofitable to profitable by just either increasing your return on risk or increasing your success rate. So now we're going to have a look at the trader that has tackled both of these success ratios. Firstly, the trader has increased the success rate from 40% to 70%, and the trader has increased the return on risk from 80% to 200%. Now the trader is making twice as much income on the amount that he's risking, and he's also 70% successful. And if you multiply those numbers out again, you get to a point where the successful trades generate $8,400 and the unsuccessful trades generate $1,800. A nice positive balance of $6,600. And always bear in mind that this is a very risk controlled example. The trader is only risking 1%, and he is generating 66% return on his money that he uses. Now, the next month, obviously, he can increase that dramatically more by just following exactly this formula down here. So these poor traders had to, because they did not know how to trade without a loss, they have had to spend a lot of time getting their success rate up or their return on risk up. And that's how they became profitable. So let's have a look at the Forex loss pyramid again. So down here, as shown before, this trader has lots of losses and has made a loss of $840. In the middle here, we've got profitable traders. Their profits are mediocre because they still have a weakness in the way they trade, and the best profit here was $1,560. Now, the trader that solved both the performance requirements for a good trader, in other words, a high success rate and also a good return on risk, this trader, you can see the big jump from a mediocre trader to a successful trader, $6,600. Okay, so now we're ready. Now that you understand what it takes to become a profitable trader, it's important now for us to start looking at the no-loss Forex trading technique. Now, firstly, if you have the mentality that you think that you are not going to have any losses in 38 months, then you are like a boxer who is getting in the ring and expecting not to be punched at all. Or you are like the golfer who thinks that they will never drop a shot. They will never have a bogey in their round, ever. Or the tennis player that will never drop a set or a game. That is comparing high success rates in Forex trading to other activities. But the advantages of the no-loss technique is that you never experience the frustration of losing a trade. Very important, because Forex trading can be very challenging. But now, at this stage, you must be asking, is high success possible? Now, earlier this year, I published a number of videos showing some high success trading videos where over 1,380 positive trades in a row were done. And prior to that, a video where 1,100 positive trades in a row were done. There is even a video that shows a trader who was 99% successful trading the wrong way. In other words, the trader started entering buys in a sell environment and still managed to generate 99% success rate. Now, if you want to watch these videos, please click on the link that will appear on your top right hand corner of the slide right now. Where my cursor is, that is where this link is if you want to watch these 3 videos. But we are moving on to the no loss technique, so maybe you can come back and watch these videos later. So let's have a look at the examples that I've shown to date. So the first example was the inexperienced trader that has a low success rate and also a low return on risk rate that's made a loss. Then we had the 2 traders that were profitable, made mediocre profitability. So they had either a good success rate or they had a high return on risk, and just having one of those right turned them into profitable traders. And then we had the trader that really was profitable because this trader managed to increase success rate and the return on risk. Now this slide will give you a clue as to what to do to not have any losses, because all 4 of these traders did have losses. This trader, the very best trader that there was, still had 30% of his trades negative. This one had 60% of his trades negative. This one had 30% of the trades negative, and this one had 60% of the trades negative. So they all had negative trades. So now let's have a look what it takes to have no losses. So there we are. We've got exactly the same formula as before. And what it takes to have no losses in Forex trading is simply don't trade. Because if you don't trade, your number of transactions are 0, you won't have a success rate, you won't have a return on risk, and you won't have to risk a percentage of your account. And therefore, your income will be 0, but at least you will not have any losing trades. Now, this might sound a bit Irish, and you might think that I have been leading you on, but the moral of this video is, if you want to make money in Forex trading, you must not be scared of losses. Very important. There are so many traders out there that are so scared of losses that they spoil their Forex trading records. The other thing is, when you do have losses, learn from your losses and learn how you can improve your trading to avoid them. So you must be analytical of your losses and find ways of avoiding them. And you must be constantly creating a trading record where you are measuring the success rate and return on risk. Now, I often have traders that come to me and say, look, I want to be mentored by you. I'll come to you for a week. And I do have that facility where we sit and all we do is we do Forex trading for a whole week. And the first thing I ask them is, all right, send me your trading record showing your success rate and your return on risk. Out of the 27 people that asked for mentorship, personal one-on-one mentorship with me, only one of them has had a trading record that shows the success rate and return on risk. Now, I could only do it for that one because that is the way you improve your trading. You have to know what your success rate is. You need to know what your return on risk is, and then you can analyze why is your return on risk low, why is your success rate low, and only by problem solving and correcting your mistakes can you improve. I cannot mentor somebody who has no track record. You must constantly be improving your success rate and your return on risk. Everything you do on every trade that you do, you must be aware of the success rate that you've had in the previous 10 trades or the previous 30 trades. You must be aware of the return on risk that you've experienced, and you must make sure that this current trade that you're doing has the best chance of improving your statistics when you trade. Now, also when trading Forex, do not look for shortcuts. And I can tell you that most probably everybody that's watching this video has looked at it from the point of view, oh, I can create a shortcut. If I can create a Forex trading technique that has no losses, that is the shortcut I'm looking for success. Don't look for shortcuts. Obviously, you must be careful of unrealistic promises. Okay, so what are the actions that come out of this video? Firstly, immediately start creating a trading record to measure your success. Now, if you've already got a trading record, make sure that you have the success rate calculated and the return on risk calculated, so that you know those statistics and that you can find ways of improving those particular statistics. From now on, measure all your trading in terms of your success rate and your return on risk, because those are the only two things that you have that you need to improve on to become very successful at Forex trading. Make the improvements that are required all the time and measure those improvements. So sometimes you'd make a change to your trading strategy, measure the change to see if it has improved your performance or whether it has brought it down. So always continuously experiment with improvements and measure those improvements, and if they don't work, go back to your original one and try other approach. But remember, when it comes to Forex trading success, slower is faster. So in other words, don't go for the shortcuts. Do it properly. Trade, analyze, improve all the time. Now, I hope this video has made it clear how simple success in Forex is. All you have to do is focus on your success rate and your return on risk ratio and improve those continuously. That's all that's required to be a successful Forex trader. Thanks for watching this video. If you've liked it, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and click the bell. But most importantly, share this video. You can do this in many ways. Message your friends, send them emails, or share it on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, and those kind of places. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.